Well, good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. All the developing news stories at the top of this hour coming up ahead in the next 30 minutes. Let us start with the headlines. On its 100th anniversary, nation remembers the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. President Ram Nath Kovind calls the British colonial atrocity a blot on human civilization. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, other political leaders to pay tributes at the memorial in Amritsar. Government to release a special coin and postal stamp. Prime Minister Modi pays homage to martyrs. Prime Minister Modi addresses a public rally in Theni in Tamil Nadu. Calls opposition as Maha-Milavati friends, alleges all corrupt people have ganged up to defeat him. Prime Minister to also hold public meetings in Karnataka's Mangalore and Bangalore. Rahul Gandhi to canvass for support for JDS-Congress combined candidate Nikhil Kumaraswamy. Amit Shah to address rallies in UP's Badaयूं and in Shahjahanpur. SP-BSP RLD to also hold joint rally in Badaयूं. Priyanka Gandhi to take out roadshow for Raj Babbar in Fatehpur Sikri. And the nation celebrates Ram Navami. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet people on the occasion. Say Ram's peerless conduct all through his life inspires us to walk the path of righteousness. India is marking the 100th anniversary of the Amritsar Jallianwala Bagh massacre, one of the worst atrocities of British colonial rule. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu arrived in Amritsar to pay homage to the martyrs of the massacre at the Jallianwala Bagh Memorial today. He will also release a commemorative coin and commemorative postage stamp. The event is marked to observe the centenary of the massacre, in which hundreds of innocent men, women and children were killed by Brigadier General Reginald Dyer during a peaceful meeting at the park on 13th of April in 1919. It was declared a national memorial by an Act of Parliament titled Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Act 1951. It is managed by the Jallianwala Bagh National Memorial Trust. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu in an article has called the massacre as a major turning point in our struggle for independence and the most impactful since the first war of independence in 1857. He added that it shattered the faith that some people had in the British. Vice President Naidu also said that we will ever be indebted to those who gave up their lives this day 100 years ago so that we could breathe free. The best tribute we could pay them is to build a new India, he said. The Vice President is also expected to take a visit to a photo exhibition that has been organized by the Regional Outreach Bureau Chandigarh of the Union Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The exhibition has been titled as Photo Exhibition on Freedom Struggle. President Ram Nath Kovind paid a tribute to the martyrs of the Jallianwala Bagh tragedy. In a tweet, President Kovind said that 100 years ago on this day, the country's beloved freedom fighters were martyred at the Jallianwala Bagh. He added that India can never forget the horrific massacre that left a stain on the human civilization. Prime Minister Modi also paid a tribute to the martyrs of the tragedy. In a tweet, he wrote that the martyrs' sacrifice will never be forgotten. He said that those memory inspires us to work even harder to build an India that they would be proud of. And Congress President Rahul Gandhi also laid a wreath at the Jallianwala Bagh Memorial to commemorate 100 years of the massacre. Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh and the State Minister Navjot Singh Sidhu were also present. And British High Commissioner to India, Sir Dominic Asquith, also paid tribute at the memorial. He also said that it is one of the worst and outrageous incidents. And now let's get you all the news on the upcoming Lok Sabha and Assembly elections. Addressing an election rally in Theni in Tamil Nadu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the DMK, Congress and their Maha Milavati friends cannot accept the strides that India has made and therefore were unhappy with him. Taking a swipe at the DMK Congress combined, he said that those who were sworn enemies have joined hands despite the National Party having humiliated its southern ally in the past.
Farmers are the soul of our nation. Through the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, lakhs of farmers in Tamil Nadu are now receiving over 4,000 crore rupees every year. Many farmers have received the first installment directly in their banks. It is now time for the second installment. For decades, farmers were demanding MSP at 1.5 times the cost. We have fulfilled this demand.
The Prime Minister said that for decades, the farmers had been demanding an MSP at 1.5 times the cost, and it is his government that has managed to fulfill their age-old demand.
Today, I am here to present an account of the work done so far and also to expose the deceit and corruption of the Maha Milavat. India is rapidly making a mark in the world. The Congress, the DMK, and their Maha Milavati friends cannot accept this. That is why they are unhappy with me.
And from Tamil Nadu, let's go to Karnataka, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Congress President Rahul Gandhi will campaign in the state today for their candidates contesting in the Lok Sabha elections. In the 2014 Lok Sabha polls, the BJP had won 17 seats and the Congress and the JDS had won 9 and 2 seats respectively without any pre-poll alliance in place. And in 2019, the Congress-JDS is putting up a united front against the BJP. Kriti Mishra brings us this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to hold a second rally in Karnataka in a span of 4 days. On Tuesday, he addressed campaign rallies at Chitradurg and Mysuru. The Prime Minister will address rallies in Mangaluru and Bengaluru. Prime Minister Modi's blitzkrieg run of address is seen as the catalyst for the BJP for improving its tally. BJP candidates in the state are building their election campaign on the achievements of the PM Modi-led central government. The BJP hopes to secure more than 20 of the 28 seats in the state.
When I say Modi factor, it represents many aspects. One is his performance as Prime Minister for the last 5 years in terms of governance, in terms of development, in terms of welfare. And second important is his performance as a Prime Minister in safeguarding the national interest, national security and all these things. So this is helping, and slowly as we are now passing through this kind of campaign phase and coming nearer to elections, the undercurrent is becoming more and more visible. So there is overwhelming a kind of wave-like situation in favor of Modi ji and BJP.
A joint rally of Congress President Rahul Gandhi and JDS Chief H.D. Devegowda has been scheduled in KR Nagar in the Mandya Lok Sabha constituency. This is the second joint rally that Congress President and JDS Chief will hold after the Parivartan rally that both parties organized. The transfer of votes would be a crucial affair for the ruling coalition as local party leaders and workers of both parties are miffed with the nomination of certain candidates and have threatened not to extend support to these candidates. To retain its bastions, Hassan and Mandya, in the old Mysuru region, the party has fielded H.D. Devegowda's 2 grandsons, Prajwal and Nikhil. It is even more daunting in the old Mysuru region, where both parties are considered as arch rivals. having been at loggerheads for decades.
One of the pride of Karnataka is the fact that our own man, Shri Devegowda, became Prime Minister. And the point was made by a Congress leader that it was a Congress party that supported Mr. Devegowda and helped make him Prime Minister as well. So that's the kind of, we need to remember that we worked together in the past, and that working together has helped our own son of the soil reach the highest position in the land. So that's the kind of historical memory that we're rekindling, and that is certainly ensuring that the chemistry between us is very, very strong.
The Congress and the JDS, which had bitterly fought each other in the May 2018 assembly polls, had sewed up a post-election alliance after a hung verdict, with the BJP emerging as the single largest party, but falling short of required numbers. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
And in fact, Kriti Mishra is joining us live from Bengaluru at the moment. Kriti, of course, we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi there, of course, campaigning in Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi as well. But, speaking about the election in Karnataka this time, that will be held in 2 phases on 18th and 23rd of April. But, this time, unlike 2014, this time a poll will be a direct challenge between the Congress, JDS combined and the BJP. Also, there is no perceptible wave in favor of any political party. So what are the possibilities in this year's election in Karnataka?
If you talk about the BJP,
but Aishwarya, both sides are exuding confidence, particularly if you talk about the BJP. The BJP is absolutely confident because of 2 or 3 reasons. One, it is banking heavily on the popularity of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is also absolutely confident of the success of several central schemes. It is also saying that in Karnataka, dual voting is always witnessed, wherein the voters of Karnataka vote for a particular party in state and for a different party at the centre. So the BJP is absolutely confident, and we've seen the kind of scathing attack that Prime Minister Modi has launched against the Congress and JDS combined, accusing them of financial shenanigans. So certainly there is confidence in the BJP quarters, and they are hoping to win at least 20.
Right, the BJP, they're hoping to win at least 20 out of the 28 seats in Karnataka, and the BJP is saying that it has an edge because of differences, of course, within the Congress party, and also the conflict of interest between the grassroots level workers of the Congress and the JDS. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all those updates there. And here's a look at the other key senior leaders who will be canvassing for their party candidates today. Amit Shah will be in Badaयूं and in Shahjahanpur in Uttar Pradesh for campaigning. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik earlier held a rally in Kanhamal constituency. National Conference Chief Farooq Abdullah also held a rally today in Srinagar. And in Uttar Pradesh, SP, BSP, RLD combined will hold a joint rally in Badaयूं district. Now, this will be the second joint rally of the SP, BSP, RLD alliance after its maiden rally in Deoband town of Saharanpur on 7th of April. Akhilesh Yadav's cousin Dharmendra Yadav is the sitting MP and the alliance candidate from Badaयूं Lok Sabha seat. And Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi will also be in Uttar Pradesh today. She will hold an 87-kilometer-long roadshow through Fatehpur Sikri Lok Sabha constituency, from where Raj Babbar, the film actor and state Congress president, is contesting the Lok Sabha election. And Aam Aadmi Party chief and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal will be campaigning in Goa today. 10 days before it goes to polls, Kejriwal will hold a meeting in South Goa in the morning and a rally in Mapusa constituency in the evening. The party has fielded a former senior bureaucrat of the Goa service cadre, Elvis Gomes, as their South Goa candidate, and the former journalist Pradeep Padgaonkar as its North Goa candidate. And earlier, Congress released another list of 7 candidates for Lok Sabha polls on Friday. Former Union Ministers Jyotiraditya Scindia and Manish Tiwari are going to contest from Guna in MP and Punjab's Anandpur Sahib, respectively. With this, the party has announced a total of 386 candidates for Lok Sabha elections. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has penned a blog after the first phase of voting. He wrote that the Modi factor was visible across the country. Targeting the opposition in his blog, The finance minister said that the opposition is running a rent-a-cause campaign. He said that the opposition has no leader, no Gathbandhan, no common minimum program and no real issue to oust the current government. He further added that the opposition is in disarray in many states and pointed out that even alliances have not worked out for them. He pointed out that the opposition has wasted the past 2 years in the run-up to the polls manufacturing issues which did not exist. On to some other news. The news from Jammu and Kashmir, where 2 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists have been killed in an encounter between the security forces and terrorists in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir. Weapons and warlike stores have been recovered from the encounter site. Security forces launched a cordon and search operation in Shopian in South Kashmir this morning after receiving specific information about the presence of terrorists there. The search operation turned into an encounter after the militants fired upon the search party of the forces, who then retaliated.
Once the search operation started, the hiding terrorist fired from a hideout. It was in an open area which is mostly the orchard area. And after that, the forces engaged the terrorist. What we are getting to know from the field that 2 terrorists have been killed in this encounter. Arms and ammunition have been recovered. The final search in the area is going on. As far as the identities of the terrorists are concerned, we are still ascertaining. The affiliation of the terrorist from the material recovered from the spot and whatever inputs we have, they were from Jaish-e-Mohammed. Police has registered a case and investigation is going on.
In midday news, we'll take a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more news.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
ईवीएम यानी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वोटिंग मशीन। इस मशीन में 2 यूनिट होती हैं, एक मतदान अधिकारी के पास और दूसरी कंपार्टमेंट के अंदर जहां से आप मतदान करते हैं। ईवीएम को चलाने के लिए बिजली की जरूरत नहीं होती क्योंकि ये चलती है बैटरी से। एक ईवीएम मशीन में अधिकतर 3840 वोट दर्ज हो सकते हैं, लेकिन अमूमन किसी एक मतदान केंद्र पर लगभग 1500 मतदाता ही वोट डालते हैं। हर ईवीएम में 16 उम्मीदवार के नाम जोड़े जा सकते हैं। अगर उम्मीदवार ज्यादा हों तो और मशीनों को जोड़ा जाता है। इस तरह 4 मशीनों तक को जोड़ा जा सकता है। ईवीएम की खास बात यह है कि इससे बूथ कैप्चरिंग काफी मुश्किल है, क्योंकि मशीन में 1 मिनट में सिर्फ 5 वोट ही डाले जा सकते हैं।
Welcome back after the break. On the occasion of Ram Navami today, President Ramnath Kovind has extended greetings to all the citizens. He said that the life of Maryada Purushottam Ram must continue to inspire us all, and we should follow his footsteps and strive for nobility in our thoughts, words and deeds. He added that all citizens must imbibe these values in service of prosperous nation and a harmonious world. And on the occasion of Ram Navami, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also greeted the nation and said that Ram was the personification of a virtue, righteousness, courage and compassion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also wished everyone a prosperous Ram Navami. Ram Navami is being celebrated with religious fervour and enthusiasm in different parts of the country today. The festival marks the birth of Lord Ram. the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu. The government is working towards accelerating efforts to indigenize and accelerate defence production. As a step towards this, the Defence Ministry has asked the Finance Ministry to ensure that once the defence budget is allocated, the unutilized part does not go back to the Consolidated Fund of India. This will ensure that the fund can be used towards a committed expenditure to procuring much needed equipment. More details in this report.
Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Friday said her ministry has made a clear demand to the Finance Ministry that once the defence budget is allocated, the unutilized part should not be sent back to the consolidated funds. She said in this way the long-term perspective plan of the Defence Ministry is becoming a rolling long-term perspective plan.
We've made a clear demand to the Finance that once allocated, it shall not go back, and the committed expenditure, whichever year that may happen, will happen from this fund, which probably will get accumulated, whichever way they would look and define it. It shall keep accumulating, and the moment that it was budgeted for, which didn't happen in year X, but happens in X plus 5th year, the money is there for you. So we have made sure that this negotiation with Finance is happening, and I can confidently say that there is a positive response from the Finance.
The Defence Minister also released reports on the indigenous research and development and cyber security prepared by think tank Vivekanand International Foundation in New Delhi.
Underlying point that we are placing before these organizations, whether they're producing missiles or aircrafts or helicopters, there is a market outside. A lot of countries are keen to have some kind of engagement with India, and with all things taken care of, due diligence complied with, they want to purchase from you. India has immense potential to be an exporter of defense equipment, whether it's aircraft, whether it's, and I can also say even a shipbuilding, warship building capability is very well recognized outside.
The report emphasizes the urgent need to accelerate indigenization of defence production. It says growing dependence on imported defence equipment not only burdens financial resources but also adversely impacts national security. With inputs from Panchanan Mishra, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And sports news now. In badminton, Olympic silver medalist and world number 6 PV Sindhu is all set to take on former world champion and second seed Nozomi Okuhara of Japan in the women's singles semi-final of Singapore Open today. Sindhu defeated China's opponent 21-13, 17-21, 21-14 in the quarter-final match on Friday. And in the second quarter-final match, Saina Nehwal lost to Japanese shuttler 21-8, 21-13. And in the men's singles quarterfinals, Taiwanese shuttler defeated Samir Verma 21-10, 15-21, 21-15. And Japan's Kento Momota beat Kidambi Srikanth 21-18, 19-21, 21-9, ending India's challenge in the men's singles. And in more sports news, reigning youth world champion Sakshi and Pilau Basumatari have entered the final at the Cologne Boxing World Cup in Germany. 18-year-old Sakshi gave glimpses of her maturity and prowess by outpunching Thailand's Tintab Thai in a commanding 5-0 victory in the 57-kilogram category. The two-time world youth champion now faces 2018 Commonwealth Games silver medalist Michaela Welch from Ireland in the final. In the 64-kilogram category, India's Pilau had to dig deep to see off the stiff challenge from Denmark's Frostholm. The 28-year-old will now take on China's Chen Yu Yang in the final. Meanwhile, Pinky Rani and Praveen settled for bronze medals after losing their semi-final bouts. Meanwhile, India will also have a chance of adding a third gold through Maisnam, who has been directly placed in the final in the 54 kg category due to a smaller draw. Mesnam now will lock horns with the Manchai Bunyanut from Thailand. And that is the wrap on this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.